Hey all, welcome back. This is Evan from Journal Menu and the Island Dad, and today I'm going to be doing a little workout that includes my normal kettlebell swings, push-ups, front squats, deadlifts, and bench press, but I'm also going to be throwing in some mountain climbers, and as everyone knows, mountain climbers are the devil's best friend. But I just want to give a quick shout out to myself. It was my birthday this weekend. I'm now 34 and looking to make some big changes this year as far as trying to lose a few pounds, trying to get a little bit better at riding and guitar. So if you want to join along in that journey as well, then head over to the Island Dad and see what I got. But to get after it, mountain climbers, just so you know, are when you're in a plank push-up position. You bring your feet up next to your hands. So this formatting today is going to be a 90-second on, 30-second off format. So we'll do kettlebell swings for 90 seconds. You see the timer over here set for a minute and a half, 90 seconds. And then you'll have a 30-second rest to get into your push-up position, 90 seconds. Then 30 seconds you get into your deadlift position, 90 seconds, 30-second rest, front squats, bench press, mountain climbers. If that gives you any trouble at all, slow down, take breaks during it. Nice thing about timed rounds is that you really don't have to do anything more than your best, and you keep track of how many reps you get. So I'm going to be trying to keep track of all my reps. I need to actually get my journal and write it all down, but maybe I'll do that next time. And we'll see how we do. I guess I have a video to record that as well. So anyway, we're going to start off with our kettlebell swings to warm us up. Grab a kettlebell swing or a dumbbell. And if you remember a kettlebell swing, I just do the Russian swing to about eye height just to work my glutes, get my body warmed up. But anyway, let's start our timer. You guys can see it too, I hope. And let's see. No, that's wrong. So start. 90 seconds. I'm kind of shifting over to this timed format because it lets me talk. Otherwise, if I just do count off 50 reps, I don't really... Actually, I probably won't count how many reps I do, so I can talk. You know, I saw this video. Actually, let me tell you about my birthday. My birthday, I was able to pick up my daughter from school, and I went... And my wife said, "Oh, we're gonna meet friends up at Fay Bainbridge," and instead of meeting friends there, we had our tent set up, and it was awesome. Sunny weather. Got to sit out on some big logs as we watched the Seattle skyline. And that was so cool. It was so cool for her to be so thoughtful and to think of me while she was so busy with her Rosie research and her kiddos. She had to make that trip. She ran a half-an-hour round trip twice in order to secure the walk-up site. And a funny thing about campsites, so we get 10 seconds left, is that most campsites around the country, at least national park, state park, you can walk up and they have a certain amount of reserve sites available for walk-ups, which is super cool. I think that there's a lot of people who don't have as good of planning as some of the crazy engineers that are out there, but having the ability just to walk up and see if there's a site available, it's pretty sweet. Okay, 10 seconds, get in push-up position, doing as many as you can in the next minute and a half. So we had this amazing camp trip. We were thinking about potentially just seeing how far we could take it, but we decided to just stop after one night because the weather just turned. When the weather turns, if you're a fair weather camper like my family, you turn with it. I really should keep track of all these reps. Alright, taking a little break. If you notice any impingements in your shoulders, any pain, go ahead and give it a stop. Rest. Who knows if I'll get as many reps as I would otherwise get. 30 seconds left. I don't know how many reps you're getting. As long as you're struggling, you're getting enough in. 10 seconds, get those last few reps in. Alright, pull out your deadlift bar. Move your mat out of the way if you need to, like me. So just for quick pointers with deadlift, you're always trying to keep your back, your shoulders back, keep your lower back in alignment. Don't let you lift from your butt first, or your pull, and then stand up straight.
Ready?
So a minute and a half of these. I saw this thing from the internet this morning when President Obama was in Hiroshima, Japan, and he was just giving a speech and about kind of the tragedy that happened there. Because regardless of how hawkish you are, war is a tragedy. No one really wins when people die in order to either oust bad guys or put bad guys in. But overlaid in that in that speech was Donald Trump's reaction. And his takeaway was Obama should not apologize, but on Memorial Day to even belittle a speech like that, it's kind of disgraceful. I'm a little worried about how disgraceful some of the things he says are. Oh yeah. Next up is front squats, 90 seconds. Look at about a 20-second rest, which is nice. But I mean, Obama, I think people are coming to realize more and more how smart and considerate his presidency has been, especially in relation to the set of candidates we have now at front squats. I mean, I like the fact that Trump and Bernie are both stridently America First programs are candidates. But I think it's been borne out by history that the Republican argument of trickle down doesn't work all that well. And too much spending, well, that doesn't work all that well either. That's not to say I'm all that much of a Hillary fan. Seems like she spends too much time changing her opinion to whichever way the wind is blowing. It's pretty shallow. 10 seconds. Okay, get ready for your press or your bench press. It's unfortunate that there are not more moderate, I don't know, trustworthy candidates, integrity first candidates.
Ready?
I just have a problem when candidates change their minds as soon as the news cycle changes. Trump is guilty of that even more than Hillary. He'll say something one night, and if it doesn't suit him, change it the next day. Hillary seems to do it by a week, and Bernie seems to change his mind by decade. Which is, there's also some problems with not changing your mind enough. But I'd rather have someone who sticks to his word than someone who blows in the wind. Whew, I have no idea how much time is left. This is hurting. Probably because I'm not getting enough air because I'm talking too much. Lucky it's only 95 pounds, I can just rest it here. Ten seconds. Oh. If you know I have bench press, you should always be doing push-ups. Oh. Okay, get to your mountain climbers. So I'm like I got kids, I'm not rich. Social Security has already helped me out in life. Okay, mountain climbers, remember you're trying to get it in your plank position. Get your feet up.
Ready?
If you need to, just walk it up like this. Still working your core. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Sometimes it's kind of hard to find what it is you like about a candidate. Feels like with Trump, a lot of people just like his brashness. And the same thing with Hillary. Or I mean with Bernie. You like that he's willing to say what's on his mind, that he's been saying it for a while. And I guess depending on where your previous inclinations lie, is which side of the coin you fall out on. 38 seconds. Keep going. Oh, mountain climbers, I hate you. It's alright. Hate-love relationship. Long week of not doing workouts. All right. So that was today's workout. You can join me for the yoga side of it if you want. I'm just gonna move the microphone so I can still talk well. All right then. So you're coming in for the yoga. Namaste. We're talking about politics. Trump versus Clinton. Trying to get a feel for why one person might like one or the other. Zoop. Yeah, that's awesome. We won't stop spinning. Oh, probably here. There we go. Okay. So anyway, Trump versus Hillary. Reach your hands to the sky. Versus Bernie. I mean, you got these crazy polls on the Democratic side saying Bernie could beat Trump and Hillary's barely coming close. So I just don't wonder. I wonder if like Bernie people aren't talking about if they would support Hillary. Reach down, touch your toes, or not, or where people's minds are. Oh, straighten out your back. But Trump is a successful businessman, regardless of what that means. Sometimes successful businessmen can be good men, sometimes they're awful people, same with politicians. But it's come down into a high plank. It seems like Bernie's been there the entire time. And that's kind of what turns me the most. I could couples programs come down to a low plank, don't make all that much sense, or maybe it's too much up into Cobra, maybe it's too much at once, but they make a lot more sense than building a wall along the entire Mexican border, the Great Wall of America. Go to down dog. How would our ancestors, our descendants, look at us if we were the ones to build a wall across the southern border in between Mexico and America? How ridiculous would that be? Everybody's wealthy. They want to stop people from becoming with them. It's not like they're trying to stop invaders. Stopping people from wanting to improve their lives. Come up to forward lunge. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Everybody in America is an immigrant. Everybody in America, even the Native Americans came to America from someplace else. Nobody started here. And to say at some point that you are allowed to stop that flow of immigration, to say we're the last ones in, come up to a Warrior One, which is hands up above here, like this, say you're the last ones in, shutting the door behind you. That is so, I don't know, short-sighted. Come down to Warrior 2. Narcissistic. We are the best generation. I mean, if you're already admitting you're not the best generation, then why would you try and stop immigration? We have to make it back to when the 50s, the 60s. The golden age of America after a war. When manufacturing is at its peak, and yet trying to outsource more manufacturing. The golden age of America comes from a time when everybody had a job. We're trying to outsource jobs or make it harder to get good paying jobs. Kind of ridiculous. I do think that there needs to be a move towards, robot-proof jobs. Come down and back into forward plank or forward lunge. Drop your elbow towards the ground. Try and get some more grind in that hip if you can. But that has to be a transition. It can't just be a mass exodus. We have to protect American jobs while we transition them. Come back down to down dog. Foot to the sky. Foot forward. Left foot forward. Hold it here. Grind your hip a little bit. Roll to the side. Reach for the wall. So I'm hoping that. And then there's Clinton. Warrior 1, come up at Warrior 1. Turn your hips forward, shoulders forward, gaze forward. And there's Clinton who. I mean, come on, judgment. I don't want to deal with State Department servers. Arms down into Warrior 2. The Benghazi mess, however you want to look at it, was a mess. Warrior 2. Her. I mean, how do you come in as much of a front runner as she was and not clinch the nomination? Even with all the super delegates. Reach for the sky, Warrior 3. And then how do you be running neck and neck with Trump, who obviously has racist leanings, if not outright racism, towards people of color? Come back down to triangle pose. So that'd be great if she was the Democratic front runner. Really positive for the party, having to try and retrieve all the people who are like, hey, we want a progressive, and Hillary's not a progressive. Or she is, or she's not, or she is, or she's not, or she is. Depends on the flavor of the week. Reverse triangle. Then come back down to forward lunge. So Trump, Hillary, or Sanders? I actually think Sanders is a good choice. I don't think he sits right. You think he'd have a hard time with the Congress we have? Go ahead and come up to just this wide pose. But if he could figure out how to bridge the aisle, we can get enough. There can be enough people who are willing to talk to each other in Congress, as opposed to just make statements in Congress. Then we can finally start putting America first. But anyway, this is Evan, Island Dad, Journal Menu. Hope you enjoyed our short workout and yoga session. My short workout and yoga session. Who knows if you did anything, if you showed up and stayed through it. But cheers. Have a good one. See you soon.